Here's a quick physique update. I'm weighing 193 at 5'11", still looking super lean. Keep in mind this was taken after the workout, so I am kind of pumped up. I'm going to show you guys one of my arm days. I have 2 arm days per week where I just smash the biceps and triceps. Also do some delts and a little bit of forearms as well. Let's get into it. Starting off with a good old overhead tricep extension. The reason I like to have arm days is because it allows me to fully focus on them in a fresh state. And so because of that, I can hit them much harder. I'm not back to my peak weights. I'm using 80 pounds here, which is pretty good. But since I injured my elbow a few months ago, I haven't been back up to those peak weights. My arms are a little bit smaller than they were at their peak, which was 16.75 inches. But that's okay, we're building back. The key to getting big arms is 2 things. First of all, you need to use the correct form. As you can see here, I'm using a slow eccentric, going as deep as possible, really trying to stretch the tricep. And the second key is to just train them hard. Most people, they don't train their arms hard enough. I go until I make the ugliest face, the slowest fucking rep possible. Like, I almost died here. I could have fucking died. I could have had a stroke. But I continued the rep, and I'm going to get paid for it with muscle. Now we move on to biceps. The second exercise is seated bicep curls with dumbbells. I'm showing you my setup here. I put some plates underneath the bench so that I can be a little bit more vertical. I don't want to do incline curls. I want to be fully straight up as possible. Always take the time to psych up before my set, just so I can fully push myself. Pushing yourself is really important. There's like a pain threshold that you need to be able to take if you're really going to grow the small muscles in your body. The biceps, the triceps, the delts, you really need to be able to push them. I don't usually wear tank tops to the gym. I like to cover up my physique. It helps with the body dysmorphia, but today I was feeling good. I just want to show off a little bit for the camera. Put on a tank top, Pantera. Wearing the Crocs as well, just want to feel comfortable. Just hitting the arms, not doing anything crazy. I like to take rests sometimes towards the end of my set. Like, towards the end, I'll take a few seconds just to breathe. It helps me get a few extra reps. So ultimately, I think it's beneficial. I don't like to do them all in a row because then I fatigue much quicker. I'm not really happy with this set, to be honest. I did this last rep, and I could have grinded a little bit more, you'll see right now. But I give up kind of early, so I wasn't super pleased, but it's okay. I'll attack it next week. Back to triceps. Now we're doing JM presses in the Smith machine. This movement I learned from basement bodybuilding. I absolutely love it, but you need to keep the form super strict. I descend slow and I keep my elbows up the whole entire time. I go until I can basically kiss the barbell. That's how low I go. Super deep, super slow. This fries the living hell out of your triceps and is a great mass builder. This exercise, just like the last one, I love to rest at the top with my arms once I start to get tired. I feel like I can almost always do another rep that way. It did feel iffy on my elbow the first few weeks I did it, my first few weeks back. But since then, every week I'm getting a little bit stronger. It feels a little bit better. That's the best way to rehab an injury. Just keep training the muscles surrounding your injury. So in my case, it's the elbow. Keep training the biceps, the triceps, the forearms within reason as much as you can, and eventually it will get better. That's it for the arm training. Now move on to side delts, to this godly exercise, the upright row. You guys can't see it in this video, but from my angle looking in the mirror, the shoulder striations were fucking insane, bro. My shoulder was rippling. It was incredible. This exercise deserves its own full video one day, but for now, all you need to know is I like to pull it nice and high, all the way up to my forehead, and control it all the way down. If you do it right, you're going to feel it in your side delts as well as your traps. I also always strap up because I never want my grip to be a limiting factor. Just find a grip width that works for you and just go to town. If you're doing it right, you're going to feel a crazy amount of tension in your side delts, and it's going to make you nice and wide. I do a lot of vertical pressing on my upper body days, but it's always nice to add a little bit of extra side delt work, a lot of extra side delt work, especially if you have bodybuilding goals. Reverse curls are next on the itinerary. I do these primarily for forearms. Always put my thumb over the bar so that it taxes my grip, and I really feel this in my brachialis, which is the whole damn point. Do this exercise if you want to get absolutely massive forearms, and it does provide quite a nice bicep stimulus as well. This set was kind of trash. I didn't put as much chalk as I wanted to, so I didn't really have a good grip on the bar. And you'll see on this last rep, I didn't go all the way up. I felt like I had the strength, but I knew if I kept trying that I would have dropped the bar and it would have made a loud noise, so I definitely didn't want to do that. The last exercise is side delts on this machine. Can I just say how awkward it feels to talk on camera? Like, I would think that talking about my training would be such an easy thing to do, but for some reason, as soon as I turn the camera on, as soon as I turn the microphone on, it just feels so fucking awkward. It's weird. It's a weird phenomenon. Anyways, I noticed on these side delts, I never noticed before until I videotape myself, I kind of lean to my right side. So I definitely think my left shoulder, there's a little bit of an imbalance. My left shoulder is a little weak. That's okay. As you can see, I'm pretty good at this machine. I'm doing like 14, 15 reps with a relatively heavy weight, so my side delts are getting bigger. That's the workout. As you can see, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm hitting the basics, but I'm hitting them with good form, and I'm hitting them as hard as possible. You do that for enough years, and you're gonna get jacked as fuck. Check out my video on how I plan to get 17-inch arms.